Okay, so once we've blended over the top of our eyelids, ladies, we're going to use our eyeshadow palette. I'm using this from Urban Decay, the Heat palette. And we're going to use 3 colors. A highlighter, like I said, the highlighter goes underneath the eyebrows to set our concealer. We're going to use a transitional color that goes in the crease. And then we're going to use a color on the lid. Alright? I know working with eyeshadows can be confusing. You don't know, like, where do I start? What color do I use? Oh my god. Panic box. Like, I don't know where to go, where to start with this. I like to say just keep it simple. How to choose the color? Different ways to choose colors. You can print off a color wheel. We normally give you a color wheel. Did she put a color wheel there? No. Fine. If you're working with the color wheel, there's different ways to approach your color selection. If you're wearing blue, purple, pink, whatever color it is, you can either apply shadows 1 or 2 shades lighter or 1 or 2 shades darker than the color that you're wearing. That's one option. You're wearing pink, you can go with a baby pink, or you can go with dark pinks, or even darker pinks. Alright? And that goes for any color. Or you can opt to always use neutral colors or natural colors on the lid. That always works. When you say natural colors, I'm talking beiges, browns, earth tone colors. They work with anything that you're wearing. Okay? You can also go, if you want something a little funky, you can go with the opposite. They call them complementary colors. So, for example, if you're wearing red, what's the opposite of red on the color wheel? What's the opposite of red? Green is the opposite of red. Right? So you may decide, we do this with our clothing. You know, if you're wearing a red dress, you would pop it with greens. Or if you're wearing a green dress, you can pop it with reds. Alright? The opposite of purple is? Yes. Right. So, you know, this is how we make pop it off. Opposite of blue is orange. Right? So if you're wearing blues, then you could use some orange or within that family. Right? So peaches are in the families of oranges and corals and those kind of colors, those tones. So don't, again, remember I said about being, remember what I said about being open. Alright, so when you think red, don't just think red, crimson red. You have copper, you have orangey red, all shades of red. All those are reds. So we can do complementary colors. That means choosing the opposite color of what we're wearing. Or we can use, I think they call it triadic, where we use 1 or 2 shades lighter or 1 or 2 shades darker. Alright? We can also add a tint to a color. For example, tints are shades of, it's a white. So if you're wearing pink, if you add a white to a pinky color, it gives it a tinted color, or you can make it shadowy or smoky by adding black. Alright, so all those are options and ways that you're going to approach your eye color selection. Alright? And then what always helps too, you can go online. That's you believe it or not, that's how I look for, how do I do somebody's makeup. They say they're wearing pink. And so I'll go on Pinterest, so I'll go online, I'll put eyeshadows or eye makeup or makeup for a pink dress, and ideas will come up, and you can use that as a way to kind of guide you into what to put on your eyes. Okay, so I'm working with some neutral colors today. So underneath the eyebrows, we always use neutral color, a neutral shade of beige or off-white or soft brown on the eyebrow bone. All right, and traditionally too, like after you're done your concealer, you should set it with a powder, because it's a cream-based product, and so we need to set it so that it doesn't move. Now, lately, a lot of people have been they put on their concealer and they just leave it like that. I guess, which is okay. I guess, you know, anything goes these days, pretty much. All right, but traditionally, and I'd say to get into the practice of doing it, if you're putting on once you put in your concealer, you want to set it in place with a nice beigey tone. And sometimes what I do is I just use a powder, my face powder as well, just to set it. All right. So to set it, you want to find a nice flat kind of dome-shaped brush, something like this. Flat and dome-shaped. Let me see the other one that you haven't. The other one that you used in the first time. Yeah, that one will work better. Okay. So I'm going to use this.